What's up? What's up? It is your boy. This is the Artist Perspective Podcast, and I am your host, Leeville Ford. And tapping in, episode 59. We're going to be speaking on NFL updates. A couple fires that happened. We're going to say where everybody's been standing, where the standings are, playoff predictions, and what's going on with the Browns. I mean, we speaking on the Browns, obviously, and until they let go Shedeur, I will be speaking on the Browns until they let go of him. Yes, we will be speaking on the Browns. So, let's get right to it.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
The track gods are here.
Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may
What's happening? It's the toast for the day. I like to sip. I don't like to drink. And I find myself not taking shots more too. So like just a sip, clear the whistle, But anyways, we start off today with this episode of speaking on first. I was gonna do the playoff predictions and standings, but let's not do that first. Let's knock out all the big news real quick. The coach, Kevin Stefanski, has been fired. Now, I'm not excited or elated about anybody getting fired from their job. Definitely it was something that needed to be done. The man went over probably 13 fucking quarterbacks or some odd within a 6-year span, and the these 2 years of these losing seasons is just not the best. And so that was really the big thing. I don't really think it was because of the mishandling of Shedeur, but a lot of people will say that. I feel like it was just a lot. It was play calling, really. It came down to play calling. This man's 2 years in a row and giving his fucking play calling up to someone else within the organization and the coaching staff to call plays. And I know that I understand that that's normal in a lot of places, that's normally how it is. The head coach don't always call plays, but I will say this: for you to relieve of your duties 2 times in a row, it says something. And that's just all I'm going to say about that. You relieved of your duties 2 times in a row. That's like me getting 2 tattoos, and I was like, you know what? I'm not good for this piece. I'd rather this person. After a point, they're going to be like, all right, either we need to find somebody else that does not have to figure out like, oh, damn, this is not for me. You know what I mean? Or, what's the situation? So I feel like cold-heartedly, that was probably one of the biggest dinks on his stay in these last 2 years, was the doing that, the relieving of his duties. It's like, what you doing there? You just a head fucking coach. And then at the end, he'd be like, oh, it was all the plays are my call type shit. How if you relieved your duties? I don't want to jump too much into it. I'm not going to stress too much into this. And so I just wanted to speak on it before I went on further. So, yes, Kevin Stefanski is fired from the Browns head coaching job. Supposedly he has a lot more jobs in looks, people that want him. And I wouldn't be surprised because the NFL is very, very headstrong on certain quarterbacks. I mean, not quarterbacks, but coaches. It's not a vast majority. It's not a big pool of coaches out there that people like the NFL really even look into, and even in a sense of getting newer coaches that's you got these up and coming coaches, which I feel like a lot more teams are going towards that. Packers went with that with Matt LaFleur. Who else? I believe Miami with I forgot dude name over there. Hold on.
Senses trouble before there's trouble, like advanced security that blocks online threats before they happen. And
So yeah, I forgot that guy, the Miami coach, but he's been in hot water lately. I believe there's another coach that's out there. They're getting a lot more newer coaches. So it's really on these GMs and how they really see it. These owners, and how they really see it. Do they want someone that's more veteran, or do they want to bring in someone kind of newer style? I see that's the case, and so that's why I feel like Kevin Stefanski, you happen to be in a good spot right now because it is the Browns. Some people will say that they're gonna give you a leeway because honestly, man, hey, the Browns could be cursed. The Browns could be cursed. They haven't had much success, but the success that they did have was with Kevin Stefanski, and that's when he had his 2 years of winning Coach of the Year. But I wasn't even paying attention to football at that time. I'm not going to speak on what I didn't see. I'm speaking on what I saw this year, and what I saw this year was not good coaching play for me. And you didn't put your players in the best position to win. And I felt like it was some weird ass like lineup shit where how they were putting people in and out of the lineups to take, especially that lineman, that the offensive line, like how they were in and out, like injury every fucking week. It was rotations, like it was like I didn't get it. It was like it was always somebody new coming in and always somebody in there getting hurt, and then somebody else new coming in, and yeah, it was just shitty. So hopefully this year it's a little bit more figured out to, where they can honestly do some things. Another coach that went out was Nick Kerr. He was with the Raiders. But before then, he was with the Seahawks. Seahawks is looking good right now. They're top, and they clinched their division. They're one on what is that? What is that? The A. Okay. So yeah, so they didn't clinch their playoff ticket. But so what I was saying, Brody ass got fired. Not only that, the Ravens head coach which I was a bit surprised, and I didn't know how long he was actually with them. Harbaugh. Yeah, so they gave up. He got fired, and he's been with them since 08, since I fucking graduated from high school, bro. It's crazy. That's crazy. He's been there for a while. Won over 100 some odd. I was thinking it was like 180 some odd games or something. But I think he got one championship ring too as well to go with it. So at least he got him a ring. And sometimes that's how it happens. But this is another sought out coach. And a lot of people are looking to take this man on. I really think he is a good coach. I think sometimes their shit just comes down to players and execution in some certain situations. Some people will say that's due to the coach, or some people will say like that's that. I mean, at the end of the day, he can't go out there and be on the fucking field. So, landing spots for him. They said as soon as he got fired, he had over like 7 jobs like already calling him. So I already know like he's definitely on that type of time. Like he's going to be picked. I think because of that situation that happened with the Harbaugh and Kevin Stefanski, if that conversation was truly true, then I can see where Harbaugh would love to go coach a Shedeur. I would love to go see that. Speaking of Shedeur, since we're going to that, did Shedeur do enough to solidify himself for next year? I feel like he still has some kind of work in a sense that he needs to do, and I feel like he probably would have been able to solidify that, him being a bona fide starter for next year, had he had a better chance going into this year and not being pushed into the last end of the year. But I'm not giving this man any excuses. I'm happy he was able to play. He was able to show his talent. Now teams know exactly what he is. He is everything they thought he wasn't. Yes, he is a bona fide quarterback somewhere in this league. We just don't know where he will go. Or if the Browns where it's at. If the Browns is where it's at, then, man, I will say, listen, I would love for fucking Harbaugh to coach him. That would be beautiful. They say one of his top landing spots will be New York, obviously. They got the boy over to Jackson Dart. You got Cam Scatterboo coming back. They got a little bit better of a line. They got some better pieces offensively. Browns is in more of a rebuild situation on the offensive side. The offensive line, the special teams got some work and need to do. The defense could be a little bit picked up, but I honestly think some of the defense is mostly good. Anchored by the Myles Garrett. So, it's really on how you really build this offseason to either make Shedeur be that one, QB1, and have Deshaun be that veteran quarterback to where he comes in and out to where, you know what I'm saying, they might need that switch up. But I honestly feel like if they stay with them two quarterbacks, they could figure it out. Yeah. If y'all feel something else, then say something in the comments, let me know. But I feel like they should be pretty much good. If not, then go ahead, send his ass to the Raiders. The Raiders need a motherfucking quarterback. And honestly, I'm just to the point where it's like, if he's not playing, I do not want to bullshit with you guys. I do not want to bullshit with the Browns. I'm not about to be playing that shit. This year, I'm not playing with the Browns. If y'all gonna keep this nigga on y'all roster, y'all better show. Put this nigga with the right people. coaching, with people that want him to succeed. And y'all want to succeed because, man, I swear, it so many times in this year, it felt like this wasn't even a Stefanski situation. I think this was just a tanking job. I thought that the new building was going to be built up for next year, so I had it all in my mind thinking that this new stadium was going to be done next year. No, this stadium ain't done until 2029, so they have a good 4 some years before this bitch open up. So they got to kick up a lot of steam. They might be ass for another year. I don't believe they should, though. I feel like with the team that they have with some of them players, if only you just work on that line and some good receivers. Special teams. Defense, you do not have to worry. It's when you start worrying about a quarterback is when it gets a lot more pricey and harder to figure out. The quarterback position is the hardest thing to get. That's why you always see these quarterbacks just jumping in between teams, just like a coach. You know what I mean? They don't just like lose a job and not ever be sent back. You see them in some kind of rotation between a couple gigs. You get a couple gigs before you get knocked out. Some people not the same, but yeah. So did Shedeur do enough? We will see. We will see. Poor guy. But he's not poor at all. He's not a poor guy at all. I feel like he just really had the dominoes stacked against him for his rookie year, and he would have had a way better rookie year, and probably would have came out rookie of the year had he had a better chance, like a Cam Ward or a Jackson Dart. Because honestly, I feel like with Jackson Dart, it was a little bit jumped around too as well, because he was QB2 under Russell Wilson. So, he didn't just jump right into it too. But yeah, still, like, when they knew in their heads that this is the guy that they was really trying to go to. This is the dude that they were trying to kick up. So, is that the case? So, we go from there. Let's pick up the let's go to playoff standings and everything. What's going on? Who's playing who? What are we looking at for this playoff? So right now, this is the standings. As y'all can see, Broncos clinched 14 and 3, number 1. And then you got Seahawks up there, 14 and 3 as well. You got the Rams and the Bills, both 12 and 5. It's weird how these teams like some of their records be around the same. It's just crazy to me. As we can see, one side is a little bit more aggressive on the wins, man. Everybody over here got double-digit wins compared to our division. Was that the NFC or something? The AFC and then the NFC. So yeah, we get Packers didn't do as good. We 9 and 7, but hey, honestly feel like we can fuck around and still smack these boys, man. Bears, they're 11 and 6. I'm gonna go with my heart as always, and so yeah, we're gonna go with the Packers winning that game. I'm going with it. Chargers is definitely going to beat Panthers. I don't see Chargers losing. That's going to be a good game. 49ers and Eagles. Oh, my God. San Francisco. I don't know. I want to say the defending champions. But man, it's any given Sunday, guys. It's any motherfucking given Sunday. And that's actually a Monday, I believe. Because, no, that's Sunday. Saturday is the only two games is that game. Yeah, okay. All right. So Saturday we got two games, and those the two lower scoring ones. Hopefully we can get in there, man. That would be a blast to see. Probably Packers against Eagles. So let's run through it then. Chargers go up. So yeah, Chargers go up against Panthers. Packers go up against Bears. Eagles go up against San Francisco. How that turned out, Packers versus Eagles. I do see Eagles winning that game, and they going on. Seahawks and Rams, that's going to be a good game. It's going to be a good game. Honestly, feel like the Rams can take that. And it'll be Rams and Eagles for the division. And then I'm not gonna speak the final. I'm just gonna say what's these divisions is. Don't know who's gonna win those, the Rams or the Eagles. And then on the other side we have Bills gonna beat Jaguars. They might fuck around and choke. I don't know. Why I'm sensing a choke. We might have to go with Jags, y'all. Jags to beat Bills. And then we're going to go Chargers to beat Patriots. Or what y'all thinking? Y'all thinking Patriots over Chargers? I'm going with Chargers. I'm going to go with my first. It's so hard over here. And then I'm going to take the Titans to beat the Steelers. And so that'll be the Titans versus Chargers, which I'm going to take the Chargers over them. And then you have Jaguars versus Broncos, which I'm definitely going to take. Upset. Jaguars. I think Jaguars can get these boys, can take both of these boys. So it end up being Jaguars versus Chargers. Ooh. What you be cracking? Some new people in the fucking NFL, you know. You still see the Eagles until the playoffs, and then what? Who would come out? Who would come out? If Jaguars get past these two guys, they're definitely going. Cause I can see them getting past Chargers then. But I see it. We're gonna say who's gonna make it to the playoffs, but you got this is who I got then. I got Chargers. I got Chargers versus Jaguars, and it's gonna be Rams versus Eagles. Woo! Ooh. Do I mark that down? Let me mark that down in my little Set up, predict. So we said Chargers versus Jags, and what was that other team? Rams versus Eagles. So that was my prediction. I'm going to probably make another episode, probably a little bit later on this, probably Friday, kind of giving my slate of the week. I just kind of gave y'all my slate, but I'm going to make a betting slate and see what all the odds is. We should just go ahead and see what it looks like right now. If I just placed all those games that I just said, let's just do that real quick. See how much money you can make if you run with what I just ran with. I gotta play some bets too. Alright, let's get over to the NFL. So we taking Rams. We're gonna take Green Bay.
The train trap. It's like we looked at a hamster wheel and thought, that looks terrible. Let's make one for humans. What if your New Year's resolution was something fun, like revamping your home without breaking the bank? At Bob's Discount Furniture, you can get 5-star pieces like storage pack farmhouse bedrooms, Consumer Reports recommended mattresses,
Wow.
electric fireplaces.
All the teams I picked too,
Everyday low prices. Hop off
all of them
hamster
pretty
wheel
much like
and
mine.
your mix in 26 at Bob's Discount Furniture.
But the Chargers. Everybody that I picked is like pretty much the Chargers is the only underdog in that the ones that I just picked. So $10 to get you $240. That's a moolah. I ain't gonna lie. That's a moolah. I'm gonna put that ticket in. I'm gonna probably put that ticket in tomorrow though. That's definitely the one. Call it. What's going on? All right. Well, so there you have it. That's my pick for the slate. Just do y'all in. I'm going to pick another one. Obviously, my alternate one version of this. Just in case. You know what I'm saying? Got to have that back gamble bit. Something happening with my internet or something. I don't know what it is. But it just stopped my music. So that just irritated me. But connecting to chat, yeah, something is messing up right now. I don't know what it is. I hate stuff like that. Talking about connecting to chat. Like, why would you be connecting to chat? You don't need to. Why is my internet fucking up right now? anyways, so we ran through everything that I kind of wanted to speak on anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? Maybe that's just what it is. It just always tend to fuck with me on random moments. And this time it's just going to be the connection. So, we are pretty much done for this episode. Wanted to speak on some things that I needed to speak on, and we got through that. We spoke on playoff predictions, slate of the day, and speaking of the Harbaugh being fired from the Ravens and Kevin Stefanski being fired, one of a couple other coaches that got fired too as well. And then we also spoke on Shedeur as well. Did he do enough? And like I said, I'm not sure. I'm not sure that they see that yet. But maybe it's because he needs to go somewhere else. But I really didn't want that stain on him, as in the sense of like he been somewhere and then he had to go somewhere else. I wanted him to stay one place and do it. But obviously, the Browns, you lucked up and got this man, especially for cheap. For the cheap. Let's not speak on it. We're going to have an episode talking completely about everything that happened this year with Shedeur, just a recap, and then how he did, stats. I'm going to have everything in that sense, but that is all for today. This is the Artistic Perspective Podcast, and I am your host, Lavelle Ford, and we out.